We won a lot of battles out of those forts. It's no time to change.
So then he tells the military that we need to liberate Los Angeles. Play this clip.
In many of the countries of Europe, they don't like it when I say it, but I'll say it loudly and clearly. They better do something before it's too late. Very simply, we will liberate Los Angeles and make it free, clean, and safe again. It's happening very quickly. The one big, beautiful bill, you've heard about it. We call it the one big, I was on one of the television shows, I think, Deface the Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, deface the nation.
And then as you'll see, as I show you more clips from the speech, Donald Trump invents like a battle within Los Angeles that never took place. It was like, oh, they were getting violent in Los Angeles. Things were getting dicey, but we sent the Marines in. We federalized the National Guard. They had to get nasty with those people and like things that never actually happened. The LAPD had to actually protect the National Guard because they weren't even operationalized the right way. Only 300 of the 2,000 sent were operationalized, but that doesn't matter to a dictator. It's all propaganda. This is a Hitler-style speech. We don't mince words on the Midas Touch Network. This is a speech that Hitler would give. Donald Trump then continues to refer to Newsome during the speech. Play this clip.
You don't have to take this if you don't want. You could be great patriots. Say, I don't want to raise. I will not accept it. Let it go back into our country. Let's give it to Gavin Newsom so he can waste it in Los Angeles. No, we don't want to do that, but we're giving you a...
And then our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, describes this next clip aptly. Trump giving a partisan political speech on a military base to active duty troops is something that George Washington said in his farewell address to the nation that a president should never do. And Ron Filipkowski was in the Marines. He's a veteran. He's our editor-in-chief. Here, play this clip.
In many ways, it's tougher when they're not wearing a uniform because you don't know exactly who they are. In Los Angeles, the governor of California, the mayor of Los Angeles, they're incompetent, and they paid troublemakers, agitators, and insurrectionists. They're engaged in this willful attempt to nullify federal law and aid the occupation of the city by criminal invaders. That's what it is. They're invaders, no different. Their position is that the rioting will not stop unless ICE withdraws from Los Angeles and ceases the enforcement of federal immigration law. In other words, they came in here illegally.
Then after Donald Trump creates the chaos in Los Angeles, Donald Trump goes, now the whole world can see what uncontrolled migration does to a nation like ours. You can see it. Europe, take a look at what's happening here. Donald Trump, the authoritarian, the Hitler-like personality, inflaming the situation, creating the problem, lying about what he's doing, and speaking in front of troops in this very coordinated way. It's absolutely despicable. Play this clip.
What's happened so quickly, as the entire world can now see, uncontrolled migration leads to chaos, dysfunction, and disorder. And you know what? They have it in Europe too. It's happening in many of the countries of Europe. They don't like it when I say it, but I'll say it loudly and clearly. They better do something before it's too late.
Then he attacks the former commander-in-chief, former President Biden. And by the way, this goes against every DOD and every military guidance. Here, play this clip.
And they allowed these people to say, and by the way, I've known this guy for a long time. He was never the sharpest bulb. But you know what he was? He wasn't a radical left lunatic. He never dreamt about open borders. He never said that when he was of sound mind, which actually was a very long time ago.
You know, the United States military does not serve any particular political party. They serve the United States of America. I mean, watching this before our eyes, this looks like Nazi Germany. There's no other way to describe it. Donald Trump then says, we will not allow an American city to be invaded and conquered by a foreign enemy. That's what they are. You mean when you're going and attacking Home Depot parking lots? When you're going into factories with hardworking people? When you're ripping apart mothers who are breastfeeding their child? When you're putting children into detention centers? When you're circling ICE around schools during graduation? That's what an invasion looks like to a bunch of freaking racists. to a bunch of people who want white replacement, who want white people to replace black and brown people. That's what this is about. I'm not going to shy away. I'm just going to call it what it is. Play this clip.
Professional. Under the Trump administration, this anarchy will not stand. We will not allow federal agents to be attacked, and we will not allow an American city to be invaded and conquered by a foreign enemy. And that's what they are. A lot of those people were let in here by the Biden administration. They just poured right in. They came from prisons. They came from jails from all over the world. They came from mental institutions. They were the leaders of gangs. They were drug lords allowed to come into our country. Their countries threw them out. Their countries would bus them or drive them right to our border and say, go in there. You ever come back, we're going to kill you.
Then Donald Trump says they hate the American flag. They don't carry the American flag. They only burn it. And we're going to put people in prison for 1 year if you burn the American flag. Y'all insurrectionists, Trump and your gang of insurrectionists, you use the American flag to attack police officers. You put your stupid image on the American flag against the flag code. So don't lecture us about the flag. Play this clip.
Bring them in the cars that are going by. These are animals. But they proudly carry the flags of other countries, but they don't carry the American flag. They only burn it. Did you see a lot of the flags being burned? They weren't being burned by people from our country or from people that love our country. People that burn the American flag should go to jail for 1 year. That's what they should be doing. 1 year. And we'll see if we can get that done. We're going to try and get that done. We're working with some of your senators. I know Senator Josh Hawley is very much involved. And I know the two senators from here. I think are you guys in favor of it? Boy, would this be a bad time for them to say no. I got you. I got those 2 votes. The agitation.
And Donald Trump invents this fake battle that never happened, where they all work together. Our soldiers, our Marines, they won this battle of LA. Stupidest thing ever. Play this clip.
They're breaking it up because they took the bricks away from them. They came in with bricks, red bricks, that they could throw at our military and at the police in LA, who are very good, but they weren't aggressive like our soldiers. Our soldiers really were aggressive, but they all worked together. But they came in with bricks, they were taken away, and they had hammers. Oh, wow, how did that happen? And they're pounding the sidewalk. I said, what the hell is he doing? And he's breaking.
Then he goes, the open border policy, the dumbest policy yet. Play this clip.
People. But regardless, open border policy, the dumbest policy yet. I would say even dumber than men playing in women's sports, transgender for everyone. Even dumber than that.
By the way, I have an idea. I think Gavin Newsom has a right. California, y'all hate California? Okay. If y'all hate California, California subsidizes almost all of the red states. Without California, mostly all of the red states would go bankrupt. California has the 4th largest GDP of any country in the world, if California was a country. So don't lecture me. I honestly think, why should California subsidize people who support the Confederates at this point, as evidenced by this? It's absolutely ridiculous. Here Donald Trump says, what we're witnessing in California is a full-blown assault on peace and order. No, it's not. Our lives are fine in California. Our lives are great in California. We're funding the rest of the country, you traitor. That's what we're doing in California. Leave us alone. Play this clip.
A number of months ago, generations of Army heroes did not shed their blood on distant shores only to watch our country be destroyed by invasion and third world lawlessness here at home, like is happening in California. As Commander-in-Chief, I will not let that happen. It's never going to happen. What you're witnessing in California is a full-blown assault on peace, on public order, and on national sovereignty carried out by rioters bearing foreign flags with the aim of continuing a foreign invasion of our country. We're not going to let that happen.
And just so you saw how Pete Hegseth opened up the speech, here Pete Hegseth, starts egging on the crowd about, we're not interested in woke garbage and your political correctness. And then the